Welcome to Community ArtsKitchen. T is for Turtle is a print called a collagraph. Hi, my name is Anna Rochester and I'm a printmaker. Calligraphy is a versatile printmaking process in which a textured plate is inked up and put through a press. I made the image of the sea turtle by cutting out shapes from a cereal box and gluing them onto other pieces of cereal boxes to build up the image. And I use water-based inks. I like using materials that are good for the planet. Often artists are inspired by each other's work or will collaborate. Barbara and I decided to collaborate on how to draw a sea turtle because we think we will achieve a better result. We also like to work together, so that really helps.
Thank you, Anna. This is going to be a great collaboration from a print to a cartoon drawing. So Anna's print already shows lovely, simple, geometric shapes that she cut out of cardboard to create her print. And those shapes we're going to build on to create this lovely, cute sea turtle cartoon drawing. Materials you will need are, sketch paper, a pencil, an eraser, a saucer to trace the curvature of the shell, and a cap to trace the shape for the head. What I'm going to have you do first is plan out your drawing, meaning we're going to use these two objects to help us trace some of the curvy lines and shapes that we need for a sea turtle. And you're going to place them on the paper where you want them. These objects are kind of like training wheels. They just give us a start for the drawing, and then we're of course going to remove them. So I am going to center the saucer plate on my paper, and I'm going to set the cap of the bottle a little bit over here, not attached to the saucer, but with some distance, because this is going to be the head of the turtle and we want to have room for the neck. So now I'm going to start to trace, and I'm not tracing the whole entire saucer, and I'm tracing this super softly. So I'm going to trace about, let's say, a little bit over half. So half would be about here diagonally. I just went over that a little bit. And then I'm also going to trace the bottle cap. I'm going to trace the whole entire bottle cap. Again, with a soft helping line that can be erased later. So that's what it's going to look like once you have removed your objects. Okay, so now we're going to map out the shell, and the shell is going to sit at a diagonal. So right now I'm going to have you softly sketch in a diagonal that comes in like this. So the shell sits on top of the sea turtle's body, and now we're going to connect the shape of the head with a neckline like this. Keep your line super soft as you are sketching this in. Now notice how the bottom of the neck, I didn't attach it to the saucer circle down here because this is where the first fin comes in. And I'm going to draw this as a super soft arc like that. Don't finish it off, and you can finish the bottom part later. Now this is going to be the bottom of the turtle's belly, and we're going to kind of just taper this off and bring this in a little bit more like that. Okay, so now we have the lovely shell that's going to sit on top, and we're going to work on the shell. You can darken the line of that shell a little bit. And now you have this distance right here that says that the shell is actually sitting on top of the turtle's body. Now I'm going to do the underneath part of the shell, and that's kind of like on a wavy line, and I'm going to finish this just a little bit shorter here so it's tucked in under the shell. Those are all little cartoon tricks to make it look realistic. The bottom of the shell is going to get kind of a diagonal line here. Okay, now out of this section we're going to put the turtle's tail, and they have triangle shaped tails, so you can sketch that in. And of course now we have to address the other fins. So this fin is sitting on top. This is the front fin viewing us directly, so it's going to come in about here at a curvy line, swoop it softly out like this, and think about how wide it should be. It's probably about this width, and it's curving in like that. Don't worry, you can always change the lines if you don't like them. Okay, so now the fin is overlapping the body, and I don't need this line, so I can erase that line. You see how that changed your drawing? So now the belly of the turtle is now behind. So I am going to now finish this section, and this is a really cool trick. So you're just going to draw an arc right here, and this is then skipping where the fin is, and you're going to just finish that off with a curvy line that's going to go under the shell here. And I'm not quite happy with this line. I think it's too round, so I'm going to just change that a little bit, taper it off more into a belly like that. Yep, I like that better. Okay, now we can go ahead and finish this fin off, and the fin kind of comes in at these angled lines like that. Voila. And the two back fins, so one fin is in the back of the body, so that's going to be short. So start with a diagonal line here, another angle out a little bit this way, and taper it off like that. So it's short and it looks kind of odd at first, but once you put the other leg in that's in the front, two horizontals, diagonal, diagonal, and kind of at a tip, and then you can soften it out if you feel like it's too angly. Here is the other fin. It's starting to look great already. Okay, let's work on the face. Always our favorite part, to make it look like a fun cartoon. So we're going to draw a diagonal line very softly. Again, this is a helping line where the eyes are gonna go. And obviously turtles have two eyes, and this one is a side view, so you only see one eye. I'm gonna softly draw in a circle. Now the other eye is behind, and you see the eye socket like so. And then turtles have kind of like a beak-like mouth. So you're gonna draw a diagonal line, very short, coming out from the circle line, and then you're going to curve that in and give it a cute smile. Okay, and now let's finish up the eye. Whenever I have seen sea turtles, they kind of have this sleepy look, so I'm going to draw an eyelid here, and then the iris underneath, and leave a teeny tiny half circle for the highlight, and then you're going to shade in the iris like that. And now that you're sure and happy with the eye, you can now darken it by pressing just a teeny bit harder with your pencil. You can also give it a little bit of shading up here Smudge with your finger, blend with your finger if you like. Now, the turtle's head is still too round, so we're going to taper that off with some more angled lines, and you will see that's going to make it look more sea turtle-ish. And I'm also give it just a little bit of a lower lip. And now I can erase all of these helping lines I had from the bottle cap and my helping line from the eye, and I don't want this line on the lip here. And again, once you have things the way you think they should look like, you can always go ahead and start making things darker. All right, all we have left now is adding details and shading. And of course, the details on a turtle, sea turtles, is that lovely turtle shell design. And I'm going to just sketch in a border here. And now I'm going to start at the top, thinking of more like hexagon shapes. And you start the first one. It's coming off of that circle. It's not completely finished. And so on and so on. And I'm not super worried about making these exact hexagons. I'm just kind of following the design that I started out with. Okay, and so now you're going to just double each line like so. So there is a space in between each line. So forth and so forth. You get the idea. And at the very end, you can make your lines darker and do the shading. And of course, you can add color, whatever you like to do to make this your piece of art. So here's my finished sea turtle cartoon drawing. The way I finished my drawing is with some shading, and it is helpful to have a soft pencil when you shade. And shading can be done in two ways. You can do light cross hatching like this with your pencil and cross hatch the other way to create a darker value on areas of the turtle's body that are underneath, like the tail is underneath the shell, so therefore there's no light hitting this area of the tail, so therefore it's dark. Also, the back leg is dark, so I shaded that in. And to make the shell look round, I shaded around the edges. And to do this really soft shading, you put a little bit of graphite on your paper, and then you use your finger and your blend like this along the shell as well. I hope you enjoyed this demonstration. Thank you.
Thanks for watching. Community Arts Kitchen was created and developed by Libby-Steinmann and Anna Rochester. See you next time.